We have two main tasks today. One is we need to fridge the victim's body so he doesn't continue to get as putrescent as he is. And I mean, we're lucky that it's cold outside, but And then the really important one is investigating this this curse. We promised Plaisance that we would look into this, and we're going to search the chimney and try to find the entity, the malignant entity that supposedly lives in the chimney. I assume probably like a local child who's just being a hoodlum, but maybe a raccoon. I don't know. Plaisance doesn't seem to be a very intelligent woman, so I don't think it's going to be some big thing. It's going to be something small and dumb, and I'm going to really enjoy it. Also, it's going to be dark, probably. We might want to also equip a flashlight. I looked over this already, right? A police flashlight bearing the logo of... Yeah, we did. Okay. Oh, it actually fully lights the area up. That's useful. Okay.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Pull the curtains open. And we're in.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh! A small, terrified O escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Okay, what have we here? Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. What's this painting? A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Looks like Guillaume Le Million, that hair poster.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Low pain threshold. And knock on the door? I mean, I guess if you don't get the key from her, you would have to pass this with a breaking down the door check. Let's do a little knock first.
Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed-out, dark echo.
All right, unlock it with the key.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
No chunk or anything? That is a little weird. Kim, maybe you should go first. No, alright, I'll go first. Open the door and enter. It's a weight room. Kim?
What
you have
is
something to
this
say?
place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. Yeah, it looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
See, I was thinking ahead. I'm smart.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
There's a reason why no one's been here for ages. Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's a regular abandoned house. No, Infant Empire giving me that gut feeling. Maybe there's a reason.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Oh, come on, Kim. Have a little fun. So we've got a couple posters and things. That is definitely the sound of an animal I just heard. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Is that a stairway? Oh. Oh, is that the boule? Smells like leather and sweat. It still smells like sweat in here? Even though it's dusty and, like, not used in a long time. Also, I want to check to see if that is the boule. A ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old-school sports equipment would be a sin. So if you haven't found out why you need it, then that's telling you, don't get rid of this. You're probably going to want to keep it. It's worth 13, though. The poster says, Sidious Fortis. The rest is worn off. Oh, can you lift it? Tell me we get to try.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
60 kilos, all right. I gotta convert that just so I can be sure of how much that I'm... Should I be impressed or should I... Let me just... All right. 60 kilograms in pounds. 132 pounds, okay. Now let's see if Harry can do it. What, his triceps are humming? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna... Because, I mean, that looks like something he would put over... Oh, maybe he'll do like a overhead press.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Well, sometimes, you know, if you're doing a bench press and you don't have anyone to spot you, you leave the things off. So if you need to abort when it's coming down on you and your muscles have given out, you can just turn it and then the plates will fall off.
Why does it feel so familiar?
Oh, did he used to be a weightlifter? Maybe back before, you know, he let everything go. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Is that a memory of high school? I mean, the squeaky sound of sneakers and the whistle almost seems like a coach or something.
It's just a memory.
Yeah.
A memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
There's still time, Harry. It's never too late. The best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The next best time is today. Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
But what kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
8%. It's a white check. All right, Harry, get at it. Shit. Oh. Didn't
You
even get it
managed
off.
to hoist it off the ground. But the
Okay.
barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast. Just an old man with bad form.
You know, they... Those hands must be really sweaty if it came through those latex gloves. Well, I guess they're not latex, they're rubber, but...
See? See? This place is cursed.
I don't think that's the curse. I think that's just an alcoholic who hasn't done any, like, actual physical anything in a long time. Seems like I'm a little bit out of shape. Or maybe these gloves just suck.
Proper weightlifting gloves would definitely afford a better grip.
Or maybe if I come back with actual gloves. I have 2 in physical instrument. Do I have... Is that because it's a... Oh, I only have 2 physique. I thought it was down here at 4 for some reason. I was like, oh, do I have something that's giving me a negative? All right. Leave. What is that? Climbing wall? Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. That door is just off. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Right. Recenter the camera. Thank you. What is that? Like a stuffed bird? Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. A demijohn? Yeah, I guess it is, right? Demijohn is an odd word, but for anyone who doesn't know, that's like a giant glass vessel for, well, holding liquids. If that wasn't evident from context. Look at this place. Okay, I can see why she would think it's cursed. Airship rotors covered in spider webs, they remind you of blades. Can I get over that or no? I have to actually go around. Spooky, okay. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Well, it's probably old. Oh, dollars. I mean, real. What do we have back here? Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. Money? Money? Yeah, money. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. Oh, money. What is that? Production schedule filament memory? This cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand, its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads, production schedule, note. This filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. It's worth 50. Radio computer, where are we going to find one of those? Kim! Kim, help me. Skis with Slipstream painted on the laminated top layer. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying Slipstream. I wanted to say like Skipstream or something. But where are the clothes it used to display? Well, I mean, I assume that they took anything valuable, or, well, not they. I was going to say that whoever owned the shop probably took the valuables like clothes, but then again, the clothes might not have been all that valuable. And it could have also been... What?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
Do kids meet here and do like D&D or something? Because that's like it looks very fantasy.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Great, let's look at those drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind?
I'm still going with the idea that this is some kind of in-universe D&D.
You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin.
All right, calm down, drama.
One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Oh, examine him. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
All right, now we're getting the Lord of the Rings kind of reference here. The High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little walking creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Alright, I'm going with that one.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
The lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this? I guess they were planning to make something out of it.
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
Oh, I get it. I get it entirely. And I have a feeling whoever wrote this got it as well. This has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
Oh, Kim's actually really interested. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to be like, all right, let's move it along. The photos?
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Well, that's an interesting concept. Makes me think of, what is that game? I only played a little bit of it. Frostfall? Where, like, the world is going into some, like, terrible winter and will continue to become worse and worse, and all you can do is basically just burn coal to keep people warm. Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
And I see that it didn't work out so well for these guys either. Keep reading.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Oh, they had such big ideas, such grand ideas.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Oh, Kim. Kim, we need one of those computers, one of them newfangled computers the kids talk about. Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
See, they were trying to make a D&D. What's that?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
So this might be the computer to use, but there's no power.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious.
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind?
Yeah, all the clothes from the mannequins are gone, but the radio computer is still here.
But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for time, so...
Yeah, but come on, Kim.
On the other hand, it's not that I'm not interested in abandoned radio computers. This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120. Equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Do you think I should turn it on?
Maybe the body has stopped decomposing somehow. I don't know. You're in charge of this expedition, officer.
I'm going to turn it on.
You can always do it after the fridge.
Oh, come on. All right, I get it. Sure. Assuming nobody comes in and steals it after it's been here for however long. What is this?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
What were they drawing, though?
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kadron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
What are these radio frequencies for? Should I hold on to this information?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Are they broadcasting their game on a frequency that we can tune into?
They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Or I guess they were. Who's the game master?
Someone very important. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like.
Kim, can we use your radio?
A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of airwidth alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Oh, come on. You don't think they're still running one station somewhere? I really want to call in and play. What else? Squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Scribble across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Oh, there was another room back here I didn't look in. Though I guess I am going to be coming back for, the computer. Money? Oh, and magnesium? Yeah. What the heck is that? Is that the fridge? Wait, alright, I'm gonna look around a bit first. Is that a... Oh, I guess it's a furnace. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
This is the chimney, right? So, probably there's people up on the roof and they're talking and their voices carry down here and she got freaked out.
The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm hallucinating, or maybe it's the entity. I hear the murderer of the hanged man talking. Not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Smear your hands with coal. I do have the gloves on.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid.
Can I take the coal and paint on the wall? The voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. Plaisance says it lives in the chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
Okay, we can retry this. It's less than chance, though. Kick it, maybe there'll be a noise and we can use that to, like, get a better chance. I don't know.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Wow, it took... Was I... Okay, I was on 2 health, and that was like gonna take me all the way down to 0. How hard did you kick it? Wait. That did give me a +1. Okay. Yell hello.
You muster all your strength and yell. Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more than a dry croak. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there.
Probably.
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
I do have a shirt I could put on. +1 physical instrument, work it.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace.
Oh, that doesn't
coloring
count.
it pitch black.
It literally has to be an actual point. Ah. Well, let's put this back on. Also, do I have an extra point? I see I've got level ups available. Do I want to do another... What even do I have available? Self-critique, bow collector, white morning, actual art degree. What was white morning? -1 authority. My authority's still already just shit as it is. Might be good to just get some more points in anything else. We do need more authority to deal with Titus. Alright, yeah. Alright, this must be our fridge. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, there's stuff down here. An ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. How can I... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. I was gonna say, do I have a gun now? Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Why are there this many guns in here?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we? Look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim?
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
Ah, this one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Does this mean a rifle here? Well, I mean, if it's a revolutionary bunker.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Let's take a look at that gun. Antique Bell McGraw rifle. A broken Bell McGraw from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. It's worth 11 real. That's like half a night's stay at the Whirling. Is that another ice cream maker? Frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Can we open it up and get ice cream? No Safed. Good, I'll need that.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
The red one leads off into the darkness. The black one... Alright, I'll come back to this. Because I have a feeling we might want to do the fridge first. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Oh, what is that? Insane mesh tank top. Politically insane. Oh, Harry, look at you. Jesus. Do I want to go back to my... Wait, where's my... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where did it go? Do I want to keep conceptualization? I do lose suggestion. So it's nice to have suggestion back, but I also like my conceptualization to be high. Yeah, I'll keep that for now. There's more. A cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the streets. Oh, and money. Oh, I got enough money from my estate. Alright, let's check that fridge before we do anything else.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
With all of the stuffed animals in this place, I wouldn't be surprised.
This must be the fridge you were told about. Look inside. See if it's big enough for the corpse.
What are we gonna find? Crack it open.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
Looks empty.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
It's just a fridge, Kim.
Of course. A giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
This clearly is the fridge. Looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
I wanted to get that note. I assume it'll be there when I get back, though. Alright, let's do this.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get the butcher, then 10 more to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. Dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Behold, we have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Talk of the ice bear sarcophagus must not leave this room.
It's a glorious achievement. People need to hear about it. We did our best. I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge. This isn't police work, Kim. It's art. We're artists, and this was our vision.
If I were an artist, this would certainly not be my vision. I would be much, much more conservative in my work.
He's right. His work would be much more formal.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Do I have anything that can increase my perception before I try this one? Well, let's look at the note. I did want to check that stuff out too. Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Freebie. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge or the decomposing body in it. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. Even under this stench, you can feel it.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant searches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation.
Indeed. Refrigerated meat is much better for coroner's work.
So now I know that the red cable does go to this guy. Alright, I'm going to check if I've got anything that can help with perception. That's reaction speed, physical instrument, electrochemistry, esprit de corps, half-light, drama. None of the rest of this actually gives me anything, does it? Well, I guess I could just give it a try.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Alright, perception. Perception 4, come on. Big money, big money.
You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
I'll need to get another point into perception. I guess that's my next goal. I definitely want to find out whatever this thing is. Also, I was going to say I should probably heal up a bit, but it is almost the end of the day, so assuming I don't get any, like, more hits to health and morale, I can just go sleep and recover. But now we can go look around at some things. Come on, get up there. So It's good I didn't pull that
Two
red wire.
cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Let's do the black cable, see what happens.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
It's black. It's not like the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Oh, you can unplug and plug them back in. Does that allow me to... No? Thought maybe I could open it up. Like maybe it was frozen shut and I could get into it now. You know what? Let's just plug it back in. It's fine.
Only the red cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the black one lies neglected on the floor.
Neglected.
Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Oh, there's still that one room I wanted to look at. How far does this place go? Oh. Oh, now we can easily get back down here. Okay, all right. Oh, let's go back up. Come on, take the stairs. There it is. Here it is. There's a whole other area back here.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here.
Hello? I yelled, but it didn't work.
Again, your voice becomes a raspy croak mid-sentence. It's silent in the abandoned office building. No one answers you. Sire, may we suggest something? Think of the yelling into the furnace as a grand performance. Use your chest voice, not your head voice. Sing from the diaphragm.
Oh yeah, you really gotta muster it up opera style.
Perhaps it's not such a bad idea. Try it again, son.
It's physical instrument talk like a coach. What's that? Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. So those shoes are fresh. The floorboards creak. So then whoever is here knows that I'm here. Is that paint? Oh, postcard La Delta. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes overhead. The ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist, vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid, so I can still send it if I wanted. Oh, I wonder if I can just go drop it into a... Well, it's not like it has an address on it. I guess it's good I came in there second. Oh, I'm curious about this, though.
The dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame, forgotten and unused. Its keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Let's turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look in the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
Can we pop in that box?
The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Yeah, insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Let's play it.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter?
I don't think that's the case.
The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good evening, Fortress Accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
Who is this? East Insulindian Repeater Station. Calling Fortress Accident?
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Oh, this isn't a recording, this is a person. What's the... why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
And who am I actually talking to, though? Like, it almost feels like this old lady has just been waiting for them to report in, and she's just been sitting at her terminal all this time. Wow, so conceptual. And what's that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. Oh, what's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean the glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes? It did say that's what it was.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
A password. I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
Oh.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Are you a machine? Are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yvonne, my partner here, tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid. I probably shouldn't say that. Wait, she repeats passwords. Well, okay. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios. Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
I wonder where I can get that password. Alright, that's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Can we print and the password comes out?
Nothing happens.
Yeah, I guess that was too easy. Alright, let's take it with us.
The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
What happens if we press play with nothing in it? Does it have like a BIOS that'll run?
Nothing happens.
Ah,
Something's missing. There's no tape in the player.
yeah, I know.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Right, I did need this to be able to talk more with her. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Oh, that's pretty nice. And +1 XP for every orb clicked. Oh, that's also very nice to have. Kim, you got an idea?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Someone tried to exorcise the curse. No. Undercover counterintelligence program? Yeah, it does seem kind of odd with up until the point where we put the production schedule in. Things seem just like a business. I mean, it still could be. I don't know. Failed business? The hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
Oh, hit me with it, Kim.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Ah, it'll never work. Video games on computers. I mean, games on computers. How are they planning to do that? Has anyone done this before? Has anyone done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsulary game before. We just don't have the technology.
How were they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
This was a role-playing game?
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to them?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
The curse. All right. Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. They were insane if they thought they could do this. It's a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. The curse got them. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Ooh. Do we have any money? Let's give it to them. No. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
A half smile breaks out on his face. Looking around the derelict room, the pipes howl, and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
He did smile, though. Which I like. Alright, let's go down to... Where was it? Oh, that goes up. Is it back this way? Oh no, it was a door in the back, wasn't it? Wait, where is it? Oh, it's up here.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Wow, that really increased it a lot. Drama, you're really kicking it up for me. 72%, huh? Alright, I'm also gonna put on my my strongman shirt. The white tank top. Work it.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the
83.
furnace, coloring it pitch black.
I think we got it this time. Alright. Deep breath, Harry.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open
You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Alright, let's go. I'll put my regular shirt back on. My conceptualization shirt. Wait, come on, there it is. Is this the part of the house that, or building that people live in, or? What is this? This tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. You're just living in the chimney.
Hello. I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
This is an odd place to, be making dye.
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by milieu?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table. Do you know anything about that game that these people were making?
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have confused me with someone else. Or you must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
I need die, maybe. Looking for something else. Sure, I like role-playing games, and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Out of cobalt? Wouldn't that be radioactive? Do you like roleplay games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Yeah, does anyone even know that you're here? I mean, Plaisance seems to think you're a spooky ghost.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
The lieutenant looks around the spacious room, its ceiling fading into shadows above.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
Yeah. Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Yeah, there's... Walking around, we came through all kinds of stuff. There's a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do something a little weird.
It's not about the haircut. It's about the confidence.
Work it. What's wrong with the bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded. I would never let... No. I'm a simple man. What's wrong with experimenting?
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
She tucks a strand of hair under her headscarf. What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
That's what Kuno needs. Who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Yeah, that's what Kuno needs. You know Kuno? You probably heard him, if your window faces the courtyard.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
It's sort of the king. He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile... Yeah, he is a little ginger gremlin.
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
She looks out the window, her face reflecting back in the dark.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did it work out? Judging from the kids I've met, it didn't work out. How did it work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
Well, I can tell you it is full of sand. Or, well, it's less full of sand than it was.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Right.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieu. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
I can put that together.
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's
Encyclopedia wanting me to ask. I mean, I know. No, it's a shame about this window, so I'm not even going to ask about the milieu.
Yeah, don't.
Did someone here make stuffed animals?
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I mean, there are a lot of stuffed animals around. How many drugs was he doing? I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights? What in the name of?
Mm-hmm. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I mean, they have brains, but I wouldn't say they have feelings. And of all of the animals that you could use for their products, insects are probably the most humane and economical. So, yeah, they don't have any brains or feelings.
Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else?
What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
That's illegal. What do those transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
The lieutenant is stern.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Strange machine. I found a couple strange machines at this place.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
So they didn't work hard? Is that what you're saying? What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chatting behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
What I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. I mean, yeah, it did seem kind of cool.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
Oh, but the markets are rigged. Oh, you're talking to a communist.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
See, that's the part right there. Showing up on time is hard. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great. You're right. They should have just tried harder. No, it's too bad.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
That's a fail.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There is a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revo-show ICT. You're in for a treat here.
Because ice cream. She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Right. Well, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth.
Aha.
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
I've met someone like that. She leans back, disapproving.
Sounds like she really doesn't know how to be a female ally.
Feminism.
Fritta does the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I know a girl just like that. She works in Frita as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. She should learn how to support other women, not bring them down. Yeah, 20 cents is dog's pay. Oh, I need to choose just one. I don't have an opinion on employing teens. Yeah, 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up at all.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
It's the market doing its job. I'm sure the bear was doing its best. The bear was scary. Every time I saw the bear, I felt scared, like it could come alive any moment now.
The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Like on desiccants? Like things that dry you out? Like silica?
Sounds cool. Why is everyone doing drugs in this place? Even the taxidermist?
Megatherion?
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
I don't do drugs.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
So you're telling me that you have a doorbell there? I mean, because you do live in a chimney. Which one?
The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. Sure, I'm listening.
Actually, I had other questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
How do you explain what happened to those companies Plaisance sent me? Yeah, she's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
She's a wise woman. No, she's not. The bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers. She has to exploit her daughter to keep the company going. The curse is just biding its time. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't got bankrupt yet. Yeah, it's number 2. They're not doing well, and she's exploiting her daughter.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, the whirling is part? It's a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. Whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off, and customers have trouble paying bills. I'm that customer. Yeah, it's not doing so well either.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there, scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it. You're competent, dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. The curse will get to you. Be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse. Yeah.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
No.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it still might be you that's causing this. I'm starting to see there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Yeah.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Shivers. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
You didn't know him, but did you see anything?
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
I mean, I believe her, actually, as someone who can really just, like, get all crazy focused onto something and completely forget the world exists for, like, an entire day. I get it. Put in your, like, noise-canceling earbuds and just face down into whatever it is that you're doing. What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
I agree, I get it. Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Well, thank you.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
8%. And I don't think I have anything that can increase shivers. Why hasn't her business failed?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Start taking off clothes. You need to connect. Do not take off your clothes in front of this lady. Alright, leave it at that.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief, the tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
Didn't Plaisance have some games that were available for purchase? I could potentially come back and buy dice from this lady. I was going to say her name, but didn't she say what her name was? Maybe she didn't. Alright, well, thank you for your time. Sorry to shine a light right in your face. Is there anything else in here to... No, nothing else to investigate. Excuse me, Kim. I guess let's go report back to Plaisance. Did I miss anything else in here? No, that's just a check. I can recheck. So is this room where the, yeah, this was the hair salon. Okay, we can put away the flashlight.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus?
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I know that's what she wants. It was a charnel house, a failed business enterprise is leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in. I have a feeling she won't even accept it if I tell her it's not real. She'll just be like, I knew that you were a charlatan. Alright.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
She shakes her head.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
Neha, that was her name, right? I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman. No, ma'am, I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse. She may be involved. I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further. Should we just keep giving her the drama? I felt her aura. She is not the one to blame.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm.
My God.
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
She says there is no curse. There are too many inconsistencies. The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. I don't have an answer yet. Still needs to be followed. There's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps it might travel. I will cross paths with it. Logic does say that I should bring it down. Yeah, we need to bring her down from this. There's no curse. There are too many inconsistencies.
Too many inconsistencies? What kind of talk is that?
The woman scoffs at you with an audible snort.
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
At first, you're one. No. As I said, she's a novelty dice maker. Her business has been up and running for a long time now.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse.
Red blotches appear on her skin.
I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there.
I should have riled her up with a lie.
Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
God. I was hoping that because we passed the logic check that I could bring her down, but nope. I should have went with a lie. I was so close to almost choosing the lie too.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now. There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Yeah, let's go. Farewell for now, book peddler. Well, got the body taken care of. We have now the easy way in. What else was there? I feel like there was something else I wanted to do before I ended today. Oh yeah, I do have a level up. What was it that I said that I was gonna go for? Shit, already forgotten. What was the one that, oh god, I can't remember what it was. It's like right there. I hate when there's something that you think that you've got it right there in your mind, just like right below the surface, and you're like, you know it, but it's not coming to you. Was it perception? I feel like it was perception that I wanted to point in. Maybe it wasn't. I mean, I could also do physical instrument and try to do that lift. You know, if you just watched and you remembered, leave a comment and remind me, because I don't remember what it was that I wanted to get a point in to retry a check. I guess I could also just go over and rhetoric, electrochemistry, suggestion for Annette, pain threshold. We do need perception for the pile of Eternite. Oh, I also need to give the boule to Renee. Suggestion for Lena, authority for Titus. Still gotta go back and talk to Joyce. An impossible conceptualization check. There's perception on the Ice Bear fridge. Okay, I think that might have been what I was wanting to put into. Still gotta do volition. There's the barbell. Okay, there are plenty of things that I do want to do. All right, I'll reconsider it, think about what I want to put the point into and go do that, but it's almost 2100, so I'll waste a little time next time at the start of the episode and then go finish up the day and recover my energy. And also I can go and steal those boots without Kim noticing. So, Kim, you didn't hear that. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Good night.